Let's face a pretty brutal reality right out of the gate, guys. You work, what, maybe 8 hours a day? But your living expenses, your rent, the utility bills, taxes, groceries, those things are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's kind of like playing a rigged game, isn't it? If we just leave things exactly the way they are, we're basically destined to be slaves to our own expenses forever. So, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are going to break down the ultimate systematic blueprint to shattering that exact cycle once and for all. We're looking at a comprehensive masterclass that literally proves financial stability is a mathematical certainty, not just a stroke of luck for a few chosen people. Let's get into it. Look, we all feel the squeeze of inflation and job insecurity right now. Everything's just getting more expensive, and relying on a single paycheck is honestly pretty risky. Now, the poor mindset is what most of us were taught growing up. It's the idea that you just trade your time working tirelessly for a paycheck. But true wealth, the rich mindset, requires a complete 180-degree flip. It means employing your money as a dedicated around-the-clock worker. Think about it. Your money doesn't need sleep, it doesn't take sick days, and it definitely doesn't complain. If you don't put your cash to work for you 24/7, you're going to spend the rest of your life working for it. All right, so here is the agenda for today. 1. The psychology and mindset of wealth. 2. The rule of income distribution. 3. Our debt management strategy. 4. The 3 levels of financial independence. And finally, 5. The 4 directions for your investments. Let's jump right in.
Section 1, Psychology and Mindset of Wealth.
Okay, let's really dive into this. We have to start with the foundation. You absolutely have to fix your internal mindset before you can ever hope to permanently change your external bank account. It's like the old saying goes, always place your capabilities above money, and then money will come to you and serve you. There's this huge cultural stigma around wealth, right? We always hear that money changes people, or that wanting to be rich is somehow inherently bad. But the truth? Money is just an amplifier. It just amplifies who you already are. Before you can become rich, you have to become smart and capable. You've got to build up what we can call your money muscle. It's exactly like those people who win the lottery, right? They win big, but they lose the whole shebang within a year because they lack basic financial literacy. If you don't build your internal capabilities first, the cash is just going to slip right through your fingers. Place your skills, your drive, and your education above the money itself, and trust me, the money will naturally follow. So, I want you to ask yourself a tough question. Why do you earn the exact amount you earn right now? Not a penny more, not a penny less. This is what we call a mirror technique. Look, I know it's incredibly easy to blame the economy or a bad boss or even the town you grew up in, but I'm challenging you to just drop those excuses right now. If you want to change your financial trajectory, you have to take absolute personal responsibility for your current reality. Your income right now is a direct reflection of the value you are currently providing to the marketplace. Period. Section 2. The rule of income distribution. All right, so now that we've set the psychological foundation, we've got to move to action. And this brilliantly illustrates the golden rule of paying yourself first. Right off the bat, 10% of everything you earn goes straight to future wealth. Then another 10% goes to entertainment, because hey, we're human, we still need to enjoy life. From the money that's left over, 55% of that, which works out to be about 44% of your total income, goes toward building your business or capital. Finally, the remaining 45% of that remainder, or roughly 36% of your overall income, is strictly for your living expenses. Look, temptations are a lot like seawater. The more you drink, the thirstier you get. If you don't strictly divide your money up like this, your lifestyle is just going to naturally expand to swallow up every single dollar you make. Remember, that 10% for your future is the absolute seed of your wealth. It is sacred. You literally never ever touch it.
Section 3, Debt Management Strategy.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but what if I'm already drowning in debt? Well, the system just adapts. Here's what you do. You allocate 20% of your income to debt repayment. Then you split the remaining 70% between your capital and your living expenses. But here is the absolute most crucial point, the real game changer. Even when you are completely buried in debt, you absolutely must still pay yourself that 10% future cut first. I know, it sounds totally counterintuitive, right? Why not throw every spare cent at the debt? Well, because if you do that, once his debt is finally gone, you're left with zero savings and absolutely no habit of accumulating wealth. You have to build that psychological muscle of saving right now, regardless of what you owe.
Section 4. 3 levels of financial independence. Let's shift gears and talk about the mastery phase. I'm going to enthusiastically guide you up the mountain toward the ultimate endgame of these strict budgeting habits. We're talking about 3 distinct peaks you're climbing toward. Level 1 is financial protection, and the magic number here is 6, as in saving exactly 6 months' worth of your basic living expenses. Why 6? Because life happens, guys. If there's a sudden job loss, a medical emergency, or even a global economic meltdown, having a solid half year of expenses fully covered ensures your family won't go under. It gives you this incredible 6-month buffer to just breathe, pivot, and find a new source of income without making decisions out of sheer absolute panic. Moving on up, level 2 is financial security, and the target to hit here is $75,000. The math behind this is actually fascinating. If you hit 75 grand in your investment accounts and it's yielding a standard, fairly conservative 8% annual return, that generates roughly $6,000 a year. Let's break that down. That is $500 a month in purely passive interest. For a lot of people out there, that $500 easily covers absolute bare-bones survival needs, like basic groceries and utilities, without you having to clock in for a single hour. Your money is now literally paying just to keep you alive. How cool is that?
And finally, we arrive at the summit. Level 3, financial freedom. The target is $1.5 million. This right here is the golden goose. Following that exact same math we just talked about, an 8% return on $1.5 million yields $120,000 a year. That is 10 grand a month of purely passive income. At this level, you aren't just scraping by or surviving. You are fully funding a dream life purely on the sweat of your money, which is working tirelessly for you 24 hours a day, no alarms, no commutes, just total freedom.
Section 5. 4 directions for investments.
So, the million-dollar question, literally. How do we actually reach $1.5 million? Well, I'll tell you right now, we can't just stuff cash under a mattress. Inflation will literally eat it alive. To hit these massive numbers, we've got to deploy our 24/7 money workers into the market through 4 main pillars. Pillar 1, bank deposits. This is for your liquidity and your safety net. 2, stocks and securities. You need this for long-term growth. 3, real estate, which gives you physical equity. And 4, business and franchises for driving aggressive cash flow. Think of your wealth exactly like a sturdy wooden chair. A chair needs 4 solid legs to hold any real weight, right? If you're only relying on your 9-to-5 job, you're trying to balance on one leg. True financial stability means creating these smaller streams of income across all 4 of these diverse buckets. That way, if the housing market crashes, your stocks or your business keep the chair standing upright. It's the ultimate way to survive and actually thrive through any economic weather.
So, there you have it. We've unpacked the psychology, the exact percentages you need to be saving, how to tackle your debt, the 3 major milestones, and the 4 investment pillars. But listen to me carefully. Simply knowing this formula is completely useless unless you actually make the choice to start building your wealth today. As the saying goes, begin to act and the whole universe will help you. So what's it going to be? Are you going to be the person who just watched this explainer, nodded along, and changed absolutely nothing? Or are you going to be the person who pays themselves that sacred 10% tomorrow morning? Your 24/7 money workers are sitting there just waiting for their orders. I think it's time you finally put them to work.